I will be reading Psalm 25, 1 through 12. To you, O Lord, I lift up my soul. In you I trust, O my God. Do not let me be put to shame, nor let my enemies triumph over me. No one whose hope is in you will ever be put to shame, but they will be put to shame who are treacherous without excuse. Show me your ways, O Lord. Teach me your paths. Guide me in your truth and teach me. For you are God, my Savior, and my hope is in you all day long. Remember, O Lord, your great mercy and love, for they are from of old. Remember not the sins of my youth and my rebellious ways. According to your love, remember me, for you are good, O Lord. Good and upright is the Lord. Therefore, he instructs sinners in his ways. He guides the humble in what is right and teaches them in his way. All the ways of the Lord are loving and faithful, for those who keep the demands of his covenant. For the sake of your name, O Lord, forgive my iniquity, though it is great. Who then is the man that fears the Lord? He will instruct him in the way chosen for him. So things I learned in Costa Rica. I learned that although the food is so delicious there, it's pretty much a thing to have rice at almost every single meal. I learned that fruit breaks in the morning after breakfast and coffee breaks in the afternoon after lunch are pretty much mandatory to go to. I learned that a 2-hour time difference, sunrise at about 5 in the morning, and Derek as the person to wake you up each morning pretty much equals no sleep. I learned that Derek, Ashley, Kelly, and I can buy and eat a whole cake by ourselves in one sitting. I also learned that coming back, it's pretty much impossible not to talk about Costa Rica. So much so that I even asked my sister that if I get annoying, she needs to tell me that to stop and I won't be offended. I learned that even in the worst situations in poverty, you can still have a smile on your face. That is what the kids taught me each day. I learned from Pam and roble that with God, great things can truly be accomplished. I also learned that when you go out of your comfort zone and when you stay a week in Costa Rica, you can establish more relationships and friendships than you ever thought was possible. And I also learned that a Bible home mommy and daddy can love and care more than any real parent can. And this is the point that I decided to highlight. Like Jen said, on Wednesday morning, we went and visited a Bible home up in the mountains. Going into it, I wasn't sure how it was going to be. I figured there was going to be some kids who, yeah, there's a mommy and daddy, but it was just like almost like a daycare, but that they lived there all the time. But that was not the case. There's 10 kids per house, and then at least a mommy, and then sometimes a daddy as well, if the mom's married. And then they also will have sometimes biological kids that also stay with them. So the house is pretty crowded and full, and I know for myself I would not be patient every single day. But you can just tell the mommy and daddy love their kids so much as if they were their own. The second house we went to and visited, the kids came up, were hugging them, they were saying that they loved them. It was just an awesome thing to see. And the first house we went to, the mom told us all these stories about good stories, bad stories, and there was this one story that stuck out in my mind. And it was about this little girl named Milady. And she was just not the best child. They all come from different circumstances, some awful, and that's why they stay at the Bible home. And it was this little girl that pretty much the only way the mommy could describe her was she acted like a horse. She would walk around on all fours, and when she ate meals, she'd eat with her hands, and they just did not know how to get through to her. But what they did was just every day, during every meal, or just in passing, they'd just be like, "Milady, you're a girl, Milady, you're a girl." And just still, the girl just acted like a horse. You just would crawl around on all fours all the time. And it was this one specific meal that I think this little boy had prayed for the meal, and then the girl picks up the spoon, and she just says, "I'm a girl. I'm a girl. And they all just started clapping and cheering. They're like, yes, m'lady, you're a little girl. And the mommy said that experience alone just made the whole thing worth it. All the trouble she goes through every single day, the tough times just all of a sudden were worth it to her because of that story, and that she knows that God brought her there for a purpose. And to me, that just was awesome, and how much just a hug or a handshake or anything like that can go so far for a little kid, and that love truly is a universal language.
I will be reading Colossians chapter 1, verse 13. He rescued us from the power of darkness and brought us safe into the kingdom of his dear Son. We wanted to thank everyone for all their prayers and the donations toward the trip. The prayers were definitely answered. We got there safely, and we had an amazing time. We also want to thank the sponsors. They were a great part in our trip. It was awesome knowing that not only our friends and family were excited for us to come home, but our sponsors were anxious to hear about the trip and know everything that we did. So without you, we would not have had as much as a successful trip as we did. So thanks.